Alrighty guys, it's time to stop using your phone for LinkedIn and start playing PICO-8. What's going on guys? It's Ant from Retro Game Armory, and today we're going to be playing another awesome PICO-8 game called ExTerra. So this is another vertical shoot 'em up, which is a lot of fun to play. And real quickly, here is the story from the site. Haru, the mothership Callisto, deployed a protective barrier over the moon. If we don't remove it in time, Operation Surge will fail. We need to infiltrate the mothership and destroy the core from within. Where's my ship? So, something unique about this game, or this review I should say, is that I actually played it on my phone. So you can play PICO-8 on your phone, and the gameplay is a little bit different, so I'll cover that at the end, but we'll talk about the game and then talk about playing on your smartphone. So this game is really a lot of fun. As you can see, it gets very hectic very quickly, so it's very quick and it's very in your face and fast paced, which is on the Cart's website, which I'll have linked in the comments or the description for this game. So this game has two different modes. It's called Retro and Modern, I believe. And Retro seems pretty straightforward. This is what you're seeing on the screen now. And it's challenging. As you can see, I won't get very far in the game, but it's still a lot of fun. Alright, so before we move on, don't forget to subscribe because 99% of you are not subscribed to the channel. Let's talk about the controls on this. For sure, they're definitely simple, but there's quite a bit going on for such a action-packed game. So of course, for this, X is going to be shoot, and Z has a special function where it'll basically throw up this force field or locking type field around you to lock rockets onto your enemies. So it's pretty hard to utilize effectively since the enemies are so fast paced and there's so many of them moving around. So I haven't quite figured out how to use that effectively, but it is available to the player. So of course you can utilize your arrow keys as well to move around the field. You can be towards the bottom of the screen or up in the middle, depending on how you like to play. So those are the basic controls. The mechanics, pretty much already explained one of them. There's a locking system that will kind of slow the game down, if you will. It will slow you down as the player anyway. But you can press Z to lock onto your enemies, and then when you release it, basically there will be a barrage that goes out towards your enemies. It's pretty hard to implement, as I said before. I'm still trying to figure out how to use it. But throughout the gameplay, you can pick up some different types of weapons. Those are rapid fire, laser, and rocket. So each one of those is kind of effective in its own way. Seems like the laser is pretty common, but it is also very effective. So lastly, the developer has here on the site, the shield mechanic is also present. You will have a shield that basically blocks one hit at the start of each level. You can rebuild your shield by picking up energy spheres. So those are the yellow dots you're seeing on the screen. Overall, I really like this game. It's a lot of fun, and it's great to play a style of game like this where it's not set up to take your quarters. So in a lot of these retro arcade games that are similar to this, or maybe they were in an arcade box back in the day, they were specifically designed to take those quarters. And in this game, you don't have to worry about that. You can just have fun, blow up some aliens, and get to the moon so you can salvage your mission and save the universe. So that's something I like about this game. It is really challenging, as I've mentioned a couple times already, but that does not take away from the fun at all. I could definitely see myself playing this game, you know, if you had a couple minutes to kill, or you're just in line waiting and you want to get a quick game in. This is an outstanding game to do so. There's some people that have gotten almost 4 million points on the game, which kudos to them. But this game is really a lot of fun. It's visually very interesting and cool. I really like the colors. And the subtle story, or the simple story, really adds to the gameplay. So I definitely recommend ExTerra for PICO-8. All right, next we'll go into a period of some uninterrupted gameplay with no commentary, so you guys can focus on some of the action here on the screen, and then we'll wrap up with a conversation on playing PICO-8 on your phone, how I discovered that, and how I thought it went. I discovered you could play PICO-8 on your phone the other day as I was searching Reddit, and there was a link posted to a new game, to which I discovered you can follow that link straight to playing in your browser. And it's actually got a mobile phone setup, as you can see on the screen, which I thought was kind of interesting and just something I had not thought about. So if you have a browser on your smartphone, you can play PICO-8 on your smartphone. So I'll talk briefly about how I thought that went as far as controls, and maybe why you should or should not do that. So I was playing this game, ExTerra, on the mobile phone, and I found it a bit difficult to just maneuver around the field, even though the field's pretty small. So usually if you have your D-pad on your hardware, you can kind of cheat the system by putting your thumb in the middle and shifting around to either direction, so you can move around kind of quickly without picking up your thumb and going all the way to where that arrow is on the D-pad. So that is the way I play anyway, and I found that having kind of like the touch screen or the flat screen was difficult to do that. So that made this game a little difficult. It was still a lot of fun, but I also wanted to see how playing PICO-8 on the mobile phone was. So I'd say that's the biggest piece of feedback for playing PICO-8 on your mobile phone. However, as always, if you're really just looking to jump in and play something, or you really want to play a game that you've been working on, or just try to a game like this has just a high score to it, and you have a few minutes to kill, this is a great option. So, and also, not to get meta, but if you want to capture content, it's very easy to do so on your phone. So you can just pull that game up, start screen recording, and play the game right there on your phone, and everything's saved to your phone. And you have it for later for any content that you want to use. So I thought that was a good use for it. So that's just a brief conversation on playing PICO-8 on your phone.